బావాజీ వచ్చాడంట, వస్తారా? ఆదివారం. ఏ ఫస్ట్ ఏముంది? మీకు ఎగ్జామ్స్ అయిపోయినాయి, దానికి ఖాళీగానే ఉంది అంతేనా? నేను ఆదివారం లేదా రమ్మని.
Hello, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
Sir, I have a small problem. I mean, everybody, probably when I am trying to upload they are asking for 4 pictures. When I am trying to upload in the IBBI website for limited insolvency examination. One is the photograph. The other one is a photograph of your signature. The other one is your PAN card. The other one is your Aadhaar card. So, I could upload my Aadhaar card and PAN card, but when I am uploading a picture of my signature and a picture of my passport size photograph, it says upload for passport size photograph, it says upload your photograph which is less than 6 months old. The photo is 6 months, less than 6 months old only. And the signature, just now I signed it. For signature also it is saying upload signature again. So have any of you got such problems?
Now
Sir,
you are.
Sir, did you check the size of the file?
Yes, boss.
Can you compress it?
The size of the file is less than 1024 KB.
Why don't you try compressing it further? You can use I love PDF.
ऐसा, see it says, देखो हमारे picture का please upload recent photograph not older than 6 months. My picture is less than 6 months. And for signature image is please upload recent signature. It is just now I signed it. And the size of my signature is I think 30 KB or something.
Check what is the size of file in certain portals.
There is some problem with the voice. Yeah, okay. I think we can discuss it later on. I just thought, if any of you have been uploading and any of you have got any problem. Okay, thank you. Kumar sir, you can start, sir. Hello.
गुप्ता सर आ रहे क्या सर? नहीं
पता नहीं सर, अभी तक तो नहीं आ रहे because there is, his assistant Hansraj Chug is the host now.
Actually, I think Gupta sir will take the class.
taking the class,
He will take the class.
Oh, okay.
सर आ रहे क्या?
I think he will come. In the meantime, Kumar Sahib can start the
हाँ, वो
class.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो
You can-
केसेस है ना,
Yeah. You can start.
कहाँ तक हो गए सर अपना?
सुप्रीम कोर्ट सर.
हम्म,
తయారవు మరి
आई थिंक आर्सेलर मित्तल इंडिया तक हम आए सर.
ఉద్యోగం వచ్చిందని కొంచెం ఇలా వచ్చింది.
We did 5 yesterday.
हाँ,
Arcelor Mittal India Private Limited versus I think Satish Gupta.
कौन सा अभी 6 नंबर बोलिए? हाँ, 6 नंबर पढ़ लीजिए सर. अगर सार आ रहे क्या नहीं कुछ पता चल गया तो फिर अपन.
पता नहीं जब तक सार आते हैं वो पढ़ेंगे. रितु मैम आप है?
यस सर, गुड इवनिंग, हूँ मैं.
गुड इवनिंग मैम. तो
मैडम पढ़ लीजिए, स्टार्ट कर लीजिए मैडम 6 नंबर से.
हाँ ठीक है सर, ठीक है.
6 नंबर है,
फाइल तो शेयर
सुप्रीम
कर रहा
कोर्ट
हूँ.
केसेस का.
हाँ सर, करती हूँ, मैं करती हूँ शेयर.
थैंक यू.
लेट अस स्टार्ट डिस्कशन.
यस सर.
పన్నెండు దాకా నాకు ఉన్నాయి
हुआ सर विजिबल?
हाँ,
विजिबल हुआ?
विजिबल में छोटा है थोड़ा बड़ा कर सकते
नहीं
हैं.
मतलब मेरी स्क्रीन दिख गई ना. हाँ,
పడుకున్నాను 39
दैट तो आई विल डू. Committee of Creditors of SR Steel Limited, India Limited, through authorized signatory versus Satish Kumar Gupta and others. Issue: whether the COC has the final authority in approving and distributing resolution proceeds under IBC, whether the NCLAT was correct in modifying the approved resolution plan by directing an equal distribution of funds among all creditors, including secured and operational creditors.
हाँ,
It was held the Supreme Court upheld the supremacy of COC in approving and distributing funds under a resolution plan. It set aside the NCLAT order that had altered the distribution mechanism by treating financial creditors and operational creditors at par. The court clarified that financial creditors such as bank have priority over operational creditors in the resolution process as per IBC framework. The court reinstated the resolution plan submitted by ArcelorMittal, which had been approved by the COC. It emphasized that tribunals cannot interfere with the commercial wisdom of the COC except in case of legal violations. This judgment reinforced the authority of the COC in insolvency proceedings, ensuring that the resolution process remained creditor-driven and follows the principle of waterfall distribution under Section 53 of IBC.
इसमें क्या इशू क्या है मैडम? के शशिधर वर्सेस इंडियन ओवरसीज बैंक, उस केस में भी commercial wisdom of the committee of creditors was discussed at length. In the same case, Satish Kumar Gupta is a resolution professional, and once the resolution plan is approved by the COC, adjudicating authority has no role. Only judicial review. Commercial wisdom is taken care by the COC, and judicial wisdom he has to take care in some ABC clauses are there, na? 31 A to C. That clauses they have to take care. Otherwise, approval of resolution plan is the sole authority of the COC.
COC.
हाँ, वो कैसा रिमेम्बर करेंगे बताइए. COC commercial way.
Actually, the decision of the COC, NCLT has no power to cancel the decision of the COC.
हाँ हाँ 32 से पढ़ लीजिए मैडम. ऋतु
Section
मैडम
32. हाँ सर.
सेक्शन 32.
32.
हाँ
एक
30 सेक्शन 30 सब क्लास 2.
Okay.
हाँ
Section 30, subsection 2 of IBC provides mandatory compliance and resolution plan that
सेक्शन
are to be.
30 मैडम सबमिशन ऑफ रेजोल्यूशन.
नहीं, मैं तो उसका वो
30
सिर्फ जिस्ट पढ़ रही थी. ठीक है, ओके, पूरा पढ़ना है.
टू
नहीं,
टू पढ़ लीजिए मैडम.
subsection
टू
2,
पढ़
madam.
लीजिए.
हाँ.
हाँ
The resolution professional shall examine each resolution plan received by him to confirm that each resolution plan provides for the
हाँ
payment
each
of.
he has to examine each
हाँ.
resolution plan.
हाँ.
Then he has to place before the COC. फिर वो रेजोल्यूशन प्लान कैसा क्या क्या पॉइंट्स ऑब्जर्व करना. रेजोल्यूशन प्लान में जो अमाउंट देता है ना फिर वो फर्स्ट CARP कास्ट को कितना प्रोवाइड किया. देन ऑपरेशनल क्रेडिटर को कितना प्रोवाइड किया. फिर अदर क्रेडिटर्स को कितना प्रोवाइड किया. ये सब फ्रॉम A to E में दिया गया. एक बार पढ़ लीजिए मैडम.
Okay. A provides for the payment of insolvency resolution process cost in a manner specified by the board in priority to the payment of other debts of corporate debtor.
हाँ CRP कास्ट दी मेंशन इसमें A to F में जो मेंशन किया है ना मैडम दैट इज टू बी टेकन केयर बाय द एडजुडिकेटिंग अथॉरिटी.
Okay.
These are legal points to be taken care by the judicial authority. And
Okay.
remaining aspects, commercial aspects are taken care by COC.
Okay.
So resolution professional should observe legality before putting it to NCLT. Okay, read out, madam.
B. Provides for the payment of debts of operational creditors in such manner as may be specified by the board, which shall not less than 1. The amount to be paid to such creditors in the event of liquidation of the corporate debtor under Section 53. The amount that would have been paid to such creditor if the amount to be distributed under resolution plan had been distributed in accordance with the order of priority in subsection 7 of Section 53. Whichever is higher.
Subsection 1, madam. Order of priority in subsection 1.
Section 1 of Section 53, whichever is higher and provides for the payment of debts of financial creditors who do not vote in favor of resolution plan in such a manner as may be specified by the board, which shall not less than the amount to be paid to such creditors in accordance with Section 53 in the event of liquidation of corporate debtor.
No, these are the points to be
तो सर
taken care of.
जिन्होंने हाँ मेरे को ये बताइए जिन्होंने फेवर में वोट नहीं किया है उनका क्या होगा.
उनका कम से कम लिक्विडेशन वैल्यू मिलेगा मैडम. डिसेंटिंग फाइनेंशियल क्रेडिटर्स.
ठीक है.
अगर वोटिंग में पार्टिसिपेट नहीं किया हो डिसेंटिंग नो कर दिया those who are not voted in favor of the plan is called dissenting financial creditor. Those who give vote in favor of the resolution plan is called assenting financial creditors. Assenting, dissenting. ASSENT.
Charging.
For the purpose of this, for the removal of doubts, it is hereby clarified that a distribution in accordance with the provisions of this clause shall be fair and equitable to such creditors. For the purpose of this clause, it is hereby declared that on and from the date of commencement of IBC Amendment Act, the provision of this clause shall also apply to corporate insolvency resolution process of a corporate debtor where resolution plan has been approved or rejected by the adjudicating authority, where an appeal has been preferred under section 61 or 62, or such an appeal is not time barred under any provisions of the law for the time being in force, where a legal proceeding has been initiated in any course against the decision of the adjudicating authority in respect of a resolution plan, provides for the management of the affairs of corporate debtor after approval of the resolution plan, the implementation and supervision of the resolution plan, does not contravene any of the provisions of the law for the time
No,
being enforced.
this is main, madam. Does
Okay.
not contravene the provisions. अगर
Okay.
इसको contravene हो गया, अगर plan approve करने के बाद भी adjudicating authority can order for the liquidation. Out of this section 30, this is main. Clause E is having judicial review.
Conforms to such other requirements as may be specified by the board. For the purpose of clause E, if any approval of shareholder is required under the Companies Act or any other law for the time being enforced for the implementation of action under the resolution plan, such approval shall be deemed to have been given and it shall not be contravention of that act or law.
हाँ, हाँ, 3 तक 3 भी पढ़ लीजिए मैडम. हेलो.
एक मिनट सर, एक मिनट चला गया.
Yeah, shall I read?
Okay.
Yeah. The resolution, we'll alternate, Ritu ma'am.
हाँ सर पढ़िए.
Yeah, मैं एक पढ़ता हूँ, फिर आप एक पढ़ो, मैं एक पढ़ता हूँ.
ठीक है सर.
The resolution professional shall present to the committee of creditors for its approval such resolution plans which confirm the conditions referred to in subsection 2.
हाँ, subsection 2 में जो भी conditions fulfill हो गया,
A to F.
हाँ, those plans only he will keep before the COC.
Okay.
This is very, very important, madam. This everything should be verified by the resolution professional.
Okay.
He is जो एंट्री रहते हैं ना एयरपोर्ट पे जाते के वक्त, वैसा है वो. He has to screen everything. Next. ये this is about commercial wisdom. अगर इसको कैसे याद करना वो डिस्कस किया तो then we will go ahead to other.
Okay. फोर्थ भी पढ़ना है सर?
हाँ,
फोर्थ पॉइंट.
फोर्थ पॉइंट पढ़ा नहीं क्या मैडम? कोर्ट रीइंस्टेटेड. हाँ,
अभी थर्ड
नहीं
पढ़ा है.
कोर्ट जरूरत नहीं मैडम, जरूरत नहीं.
हाँ ठीक है.
आगे अपन ये 6 केस नंबर 6 को, केस लॉ 6 को कैसे याद करेंगे? COC कमर्शियल विजडम करके रखेंगे.
हाँ.
फिर वो बाजू में लिख देना कमर्शियल विजडम.
You said on commercial wisdom there is another case आप बताया ना सर?
हाँ, कमर्शियल विजडम वो भी है लिमिटेशन एक्ट के अंदर.
I think we need to link it with the case also.
हाँ.
So because you say there are other cases also
Other
which refer to
only
the
one case.
COC.
Other only one case. K. Shashidhar versus IOB, Indian Overseas Bank.
ठीक है. तो
Sir, which one? K. Sachdev?
K. Shashidhar versus IOB.
K. Shashidhar versus IOB.
NCLT का, NCLAT का.
NCLAT का है वो?
वो NCLAT
अच्छा, हाँ.
का
K.
है.
Shashidhar versus IOU.
और सुप्रीम कोर्ट का
इंडियन ओवरसीज बैंक.
राइट.
नहीं सर, सुप्रीम कोर्ट का ही है वो. केस नंबर 12.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट का.
हाँ.
अच्छा.
K. Shashidhar versus Indian Overseas Bank.
IOB.
हाँ.
ठीक है, ये ऐसा करेंगे सर. ये स्टील COC, ये बैंक COC.
हाँ.
ये स्टील COC, SR स्टील COC, and that one is बैंक COC.
स्टील COC.
हाँ, SR स्टील है ना सर?
ना एक्चुअली सर K. Shashidhar versus
बैंक
IOB.
COC.
K. Shashidhar versus IOB दूसरा ये था और 75% एंड 66% के लिए उसका डिस्प्यूट था.
हाँ.
और दूसरा केस है
फाइनली वही डिसाइड किया ना सर, वो 75 के.
75 एंड 66.
हाँ,
डिस्प्यूट था.
जब वो केस आया वो तब बताएंगे सर. 75 का बिलो में जब
हाँ,
75 था, 75 का बिलो में एनसीएलटी अप्रूव किया।
हाँ, राइट राइट।
एक दो केसेस है, एक मुंबई बेंच का रिजेक्ट किया, हैदराबाद का एक्सेप्ट किया है इन
राइट
2018.
राइट
They were
राइट।
challenged before, so that was the case of
हाँ
K. Shashidhar versus IOB.
हाँ,
है कि
राइट
नहीं?
राइट
हाँ
राइट।
हाँ हाँ. अभी ये कैसे याद करना?
कौन के शशिधर आयोबी
महतो
75 एंड
महा
66?
नहीं 6 नंबर का है सर, कमिटी
हाँ,
ऑफ क्रेडिटर्स.
और सीओसी का विजडम, दैट इज
हाँ
वेल ओवर एनसीएलटी। एनसीएलटी
हाँ.
कैन कैंसर, वो तो इजी है।
ओके मैडम, 7 पढ़ लीजिए. 7, केस नंबर 7.
BK
बीके.
एजुकेशन, हाँ, BK एजुकेशनल सर्विसेज प्राइवेट लिमिटेड वर्सेस पराग गुप्ता एंड एसोसिएट्स.
हाँ.
Issue whether the limitation
नो,
at 90.
ये 2 मिनट बताता हूँ मैडम. इसमें लिमिटेशन एक्सपायर्ड. ये शुरू में जब आईबीसी आया था ना, whether limitation act applies to IBC or not, nobody knows. कोई बोलते थे आईबीसी में लिमिटेशन लागू नहीं, कोई बोलते थे. दिस केस established that limitation act 1963 is applicable to IBC. This was mentioned in section 238A. Read out 238A, madam.
30, 30.
238.
238 A.
So 238 speaks of supremacy of IBC
और
over other laws.
238 और 238 238
238A.
ए है, ए है।
एक सेकंड.
Shall I read, sir?
Okay, carry on.
मैडम जी मैं
हाँ,
पढ़ूं?
पढ़िए सर. हाँ सर.
हाँ,
सब एक है
238A
132 ना
limitation.
142, आर्टिकल 132 और 142 है लिमिटेशन
Yeah,
एक्ट
the
का।
provisions of the Limitations Act 1963 shall, as far as may be, apply to the proceedings or appeals before the adjudicating authority, the National Company Law Tribunal, the Debt Recovery Tribunal, or the Debt Recovery Appellate Tribunal, as the case may be.
This earlier there is section 238 was not there. It was amended on 6/6/2018. They clarified, Supreme Court has clarified this limitation act is applicable to IBC. So now read out 7 case number.
आर्टिकल 137, आर्टिकल
हाँ.
137।
Okay. Read out कर लीजिए सर now.
एक मिनट सर, मैं तो डिस्कनेक्ट हो गई थी, वापस आई हूँ.
हाँ, वो सुधाकर जी.
I mean, madam, yeah, shall
हाँ,
I?
मैं
I'll
पढ़ती
read.
हूँ सर.
ठीक
आ
है,
गई
माँ
सर, मैं आ गई.
पढ़ो.
Whether the Limitation Act 1963 applies to applications filed under section
केस
7 and
केस
9.
लॉ भी पढ़ लीजिए मैडम. बीके एजुकेशनल सर्विसेज.
Okay, BK
Private
Educational Services Private Limited versus Parag Gupta and Associates.
हाँ.
Issue whether the Limitation Act 1963 applies to application filed under section 7 and 9 of IBC, and if so, from what point the limitation period should be calculated.
हाँ, yes.
It was held, the Supreme Court held that Limitation Act 1963 is applicable to applications under section 7 and 9 of IBC from the commencement of the court, that is December 1, 2016. The limitation period for filing an application under IBC is 3 years from the date of default as per Article 137 of Limitation Act.
हाँ.
The court ruled that if debt is time barred under Limitation Act, it cannot be revived by merely acknowledging it in the balance sheet or other documents unless such acknowledgement complies with Section 18 of the Limitation Act. This judgment overruled the NCLAT's earlier view that limitation does not apply to IBC proceedings.
Section 18 of the Limitation Act says that the condonation of delay. Condonation of delay.
हाँ, ये this is regarding limitation applicability, madam. This article 137 में लिमिटेशन एक्ट में एक एक लोन के लिए क्या क्या टाइम पीरियड है, फिर सभी दिया गया है लिमिटेशन एक्ट में। ये 137 इज अप्लीकेबल टू आईबीसी कोड करके सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने डिफाइन किया। एक आर्टिकल्स, बहुत आर्टिकल्स है उसमें, बट दे टोल्ड टू that 137 is applicable to IBC code. The time period is 3 years from the date of default. Date of default is the trigger point here. Okay, madam. Next. Second page पे भी है ना मैडम?
हाँ सर।
Reinforced. It reinforced that IBC is not.
It reinforced that IBC is not meant for debt recovery of time-barred claims, but for the resolution of financially distressed companies. This decision clarified that financial and operational creditors must file insolvency petition within 3 years from the date of default, ensuring that stale claims are not revived through insolvency proceedings.
अगर time bar हो गए तो they will reject. NCLT will reject. Time barred, not within limitation. करके रिजेक्ट करेगा। हाँ, नेक्स्ट एट
चित्रा शर्मा वर्सेस यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया।
अभी मैं एक बार बताता हूँ मैडम, दिस इज रिलेटेड टू होम बायर्स। कल एक पायनीर का केस बताया, सेक्शन 58F, सेक्शन 21(6)A, वैसा ही ये केस है। फिर ये COC मीटिंग हो गया, सभी क्लेम्स होने के बाद Chitra Sharma went to COC to accept my claim. They rejected. Then she went to Supreme Court. Then OCIRP का period पूरा Supreme Court has super power under Article 142. वो उसको कहते हैं ब्रह्मास्त्र. Entire process of CIRP was reversed by Supreme Court, and they start afresh by accepting Chitra Sharma's claim of this home buyers case. This is purely home buyers case. क्या मेहता जी बराबर है ना?
Yes. This is the old case among the home buyers.
हाँ,
डिसाइड नहीं हुआ जो वो फाइनेंशियल क्रेडिटर है कि नहीं।
हाँ,
इज द ओल्डेस्ट केस।
यस, हाँ, पढ़ लीजिए मैडम ये।
चित्रा शर्मा वर्सेस यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया।
चित्रा शर्मा इज होम बायर।
ओके।
जेपी इंफ्राटेक प्रोजेक्ट था।
हाँ, यस।
Issue whether home buyers of JP Infratech Limited should be granted protection under IBC and whether they should be treated as financial creditors, allowing them to participate in the CIRP and claim their dues. It was held the Supreme Court recognized home buyers as financial creditors, giving them a say in the committee of creditors and ensuring that their interests were protected in insolvency proceedings of JP Infratech Limited. The court directed the constitution of a new CAC that included home buyers along with banks and other financial institutions. The interim resolution professional was ordered to manage JP Infratech affairs, ensuring that home buyers were not left without recourse. The court directed National Building Construction Corporation to take over stalled housing projects, ensuring that home buyers receive their flats. It reaffirmed the pro-consumer approach of the IBC, emphasizing that home buyers who invest huge sum of money in housing projects deserve protection under insolvency laws. This judgment reinforced the right of home buyers as financial creditors, ensuring they have a significant role in insolvency proceedings and preventing real estate companies from misusing the IBC to escape their obligations.
हाँ, यस। नेक्स्ट कौन सा सेक्शन?
Next and 9, Anuj Jain, interim resolutional professional for JP Infratech Limited versus Axis Bank Limited, etc., etc.
Yes.
Issue was whether the mortgages created by JP Infratech Limited in favor of lenders of its parent company Jayaprakash Associate Limited amounted to preferential transaction under Section 43 of IBC, whether such transaction should be set aside to protect the interest of JIL's own creditor in insolvency resolution process. The Supreme Court held that the mortgages created by JIL in favor of Jayaprakash Associate Limited lenders were preferential transactions under Section 43 of IBC. Since these mortgages were executed within the look-back period, 2 years before insolvency proceedings began, and gave undue preference to certain creditors over others, they were deemed avoidable transactions. The court ruled that these mortgages should be set aside, ensuring that the encumbered assets became part of GIL's CIRP and were available to its own creditors. It emphasized that subsidiary GIL cannot be used to secure debts of its parent company to the detriment of its own creditors. The ruling reinforced the principle of equitable treatment of creditors under IBC and strengthened protections against fraudulent and preferential transactions. This judgment clarified that preferential transactions benefiting related parties at the expense of the corporate debtor's own creditors must be reversed, ensuring fair insolvency proceedings.
Here the JAL is the holding company and GIL is the
I
subsidiary.
will tell.
And
I
JAL
will
has
tell.
taken loan by giving the mortgage of the GIL's asset. So this is the preferential transaction, and it is done within the 2 years back. This is the deal.
Okay, okay, sir.
मतलब 2 साल के अंदर ना
आप एक्सप्लेन कर दीजिए
सर एक चीज बताइए 2 साल के अंदर या 2 साल के बाहर बिफोर
अंदर
ना हाँ ठीक है
years back.
Look back period है madam.
Look back period.
Relevant
From the
period.
commencement
I
date.
will-
From the commencement date.
हाँ
Madam, listen me, sir. JAL, Jayaprakash Associates Limited, took loan from 12 banks. And they have given mortgage to secure the loan. JIL, JP Infratech Limited, mortgaged their properties. Supreme Court held that this is preferential transaction, avoidance transactions.
Because
So-
GIL and JAL is a holding a subsidiary.
Holding group company.
Group company.
We
Holding a
cannot say group company. Holding company या नहीं बोल के judgment में नहीं दिया. They have informed that is group company. Whether group company is allowed like this, they challenged it, and Supreme Court held that this transaction should be reversed immediately.
So they
This
are
comes
related
under
party. They are
preferential
related party.
transactions.
Right.
Preferential transactions. Section 43. And it happened within the relevant period. What is the relevant period? For related party, it is 2 years. For non-related party, it is 1 year.
1 year.
It is mentioned in section 43. 43, 3 पढ़ लीजिए मैडम. 43, 3.
एक सेकेंड
43 is a preferential transaction. 43.
45, sorry.
43. 43 is correct.
43 correct है.
43 correct. And
Confuse
43
मत
is under
कीजिए,
value.
सबसेक्शन
I will tell you. 4.
एक सेकेंड
43 subsection 4.
किसी ने निकाला है क्या?
हाँ. सुधाकर जी
Yes, sir.
पढ़ लीजिए. 43
43, 3,
4
4.
43, 4. Yeah.
Hmm.
Just give me 1 minute. 30 seconds. Yeah. Yes. 43 is preferential transactions and relevant time. When the liquidation or the
43
when the
4 है सर.
sorry, where the
43
liquidator
4.
43 है ना sir,
43
where the
4 है sir.
liquidator or the resolution professional, as the case may be, is of the opinion that the corporate
Sir,
debtor has
43
relevant
subsection
time.
4 sir.
सर मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ,
Yes
हाँ
sir,
बोलिए.
40.
मेरे को पढ़ना नहीं आता पर फिर भी पढ़िए।
43 subsection 4.
A
Oh,
preference
okay.
share shall be deemed to be given at the relevant time if ये वाला
हाँ वही है.
A it is given to related party other than by reason only of being an employee during the period of 2 years preceding the insolvency commencement date.
ICD, this is very important sir.
हाँ
कब
ICD
से relevant period कब से गिनेगा?
ICD
ICD, insolvency commencement date.
A preference to be is given to a person other than the related party during the period of 1 year preceding the ICD.
हाँ. Other than related
Other
party
than
है तो
related
1
में
year.
1 साल है, दूसरे में 2
हाँ
साल है,
हाँ yes.
बस ये
That
हो
is about relevant party transactions है
जी
ये.
जी
हाँ next.
बस
Swiss
सर ये
ribbon.
हो गया ना,
हाँ हाँ.
ये कंप्लीट हो गया।
वो ये रेलेवेंट पीरियड का लुक बैक पीरियड है ना सर इसमें, इसलिए वो पढ़ने के लिए बताया मैं. लुक बैक
ठीक।
पीरियड 2 years बिफोर इंसॉल्वेंसी प्रोसीडिंग्स बिगैन.
In the case of a related party and 1 year in the case of a non-related party
हाँ हाँ यस
from the
सर.
date of ICD.
हाँ फ्रॉम द डेट ऑफ आईसीडी.
जी
आईसीडी मतलब क्या है?
जब फाइलिंग हो गई
Insolvency
उसके बाद
commencement date.
इंसॉल्वेंसी ने एडमिट कर लिया, आई
एडमिट
बोर्ड ने
कर दिया.
ए ने एडमिट कर लिया,
एडमिट कर दिया तो दैट डेट इज कॉल्ड इंसॉल्वेंसी कमेंसमेंट डेट.
बिल्कुल।
दस केस नंबर 10 स्विस रिबन्स.
I think the madam has to go one page back, no?
Which one?
ये
Second
पीछे
ये जहाँ
केस लॉ 10.
10
केस लॉ
मैडम.
11th?
नहीं नहीं 10 मैडम, अभी 9 पढ़ा मैडम हम.
हाँ
अच्छा मेरा
इसमें
एक आगे बढ़ गया, ओके तभी मैं सोचूं मैं आगे कैसे चली गई. ओके
हाँ
सॉरी.
मैडम
नहीं
1
नहीं,
minute.
only
You
the
please
heading
give
is
me
there,
5
that's
minutes.
all.
Please give me 5 minutes. 2 minutes,
Yes,
madam.
yes, yes,
In
yes, sir.
this Swiss ribbon versus Union of India, Swiss ribbon has challenged in the High Court of Chennai bench validity of IBC and recruitment of NCLT staff members. So this was upheld by the Supreme Court in Swiss ribbons versus Union of India judgment. अभी पढ़ लीजिए मैडम. All the code provisions were challenged before Chennai High Court. फिर then it was upheld. It went to Supreme Court. Okay, पढ़ लीजिए Swiss ribbon का.
Swiss Ribbons Private Limited and another versus Union of India and others.
हाँ. Issue.
Issue whether the constitutional validity of IBC is upheld, particularly regarding provisions related to differential treatment of financial and operational creditors. Whether the role and powers of COC and NCLT in insolvency resolution are constitutionally valid, whether the IBC provision violate Article 14 right to equality of the Constitution of India by treating financial creditors and operational creditors differently.
इसमें 1 मिनट मैडम. फाइनेंशियल क्रेडिटर, ऑपरेशनल क्रेडिटर, उसको आप डिस्क्रिमिनेट कर रहे. फाइनेंशियल क्रेडिटर को ज्यादा भाव दे रहे, ऑपरेशनल क्रेडिटर्स को वोटिंग भी नहीं दे रहे. This is discrimination and violation of Article 14. So they challenged it before the Supreme Court by filing writs. So what they told, Supreme Court has analyzed it very clearly. Financial creditor has given lots of amount for the projects. Suppose 6,000, 7,000 crores. Operational creditors are having very less stake in the projects. So there is no discrimination, but जैसा उन्होंने फंड्स किया है, अगर उन्होंने पूरा 6,000 का अगर वापस लाओ बोल के बैंक्स ने बताया प्रोजेक्ट को, then project will be collapsed. So it is discrimination नहीं, equal footing, equal weightage दिया गया है दोनों को. वोटिंग राइट नहीं मिलेगा ऑपरेशनल क्रेडिटर्स को. अगर फाइनेंशियल क्रेडिटर नहीं, then only they will get the operation, they will get the voting right. इंटेलिजेंट डिफरेंशिया वर्ड यूज किया मैडम ये जजमेंट में. इंटेलिजेंट वो डिफरेंशिएशन है, बट इट इज फॉर द ऑब्जेक्ट. देयर इज एन ऑब्जेक्ट. Differentiation is for the object. That is called intelligence differentia. This word is used by the Supreme Court. Okay, sir. पढ़ लीजिए मैडम. Next.
Held. The Supreme Court upheld the constitutional validity of the IBC, stating that the law is not arbitrary and is designed to ensure the revival and resolution of stating that the law is not arbitrary and is designed to ensure the revival and resolution of financial distressed companies. Second, the court ruled that differentiation between financial and operational creditors is valid, as financial creditors such as banks are involved in assessing a company's viability, while operational creditors have different roles. The COC has commercial wisdom and primary decision-making power in the resolution process, which cannot be easily interfered with by tribunals. The IBC's non-obstant clause, section 238, was upheld, ensuring that IBC provisions prevail over conflicting clause. The court emphasized that resolution process must prioritize revival over liquidation, reinforcing the IBC's primarily goal of maintaining business continuity. This judgment strengthened the IBC as a comprehensive and effective insolvency resolution framework, ensuring that creditors are fairly treated while promoting economic stability and preventing undue litigation.
Yes. एक दूसरा है, this IBC overrides all other acts. That is mentioned in 238.
238,
Provisions of this code to override other laws. The provisions of this code shall have effect notwithstanding anything inconsistent therewith contained in any other law for the time being in force, or any instrument having effect by virtue of any such law. Okay. 11.
Okay. 11. Babulal Vardharji Gurjar.
11B. Madam, 11B. सब लोग सुन लीजिए. 11 केस नंबर 11, 18, 20, 21 and 7. लिख लीजिए 7, 11, 18, 20, 21. All these cases are related to Limitation Act. Okay.
7, 11, 18.
7, 11, 18, 20, 21. All these cases are with respect to Limitation Act. Whether Limitation Act people, in which cases it is applicable, like that, it is discussed at length regarding Limitation Act. Next,
Right.
11 number लिख लीजिए.
Babulal Vardharji Gurjar versus Veer Gurjar Aluminium Industries Private Limited and another. Issue: whether an application under Section 7 of IBC can be admitted if the debt is time-barred under Limitation Act, whether the limitation period for filing an insolvency application start from the date of default or from the date when IBC came into force. It was held, the Supreme Court held that limitation period for filing an application under Section 7 of IBC is 3 years from the date of default as per Article 137 of Limitation Act. The court rejected the argument that limitations should start from the date of IBC's enactment and clarified that it begins from the date of default. 3. If debt is already time-barred under Limitation Act, it cannot be revived by filing an application under IBC unless there is a valid acknowledgement under Section 18 of Limitation Act. Since the debt in question had become time-barred, the court dismissed the insolvency application. 5th, the ruling reaffirmed that IBC is not a debt recovery tool and cannot use to enforce time-barred claims. This judgment reinforced the applicability of the Limitation Act to IBC proceedings, ensuring that creditors file insolvency applications within the prescribed 3-year period from default.
This is regarding limitation only. All these cases, 7, 11, 18, 20, 21, all these cases are related to Limitation Act.
ऐसा इसमें can we identify what is specific to these? Now that you
Specific,
said,
specific to this, no, sir.
uh,
When in Babulal case, when banks has issued a notice under Section 32, Surface Act,
hmm,
that Surface Act was challenged in Calcutta High Court.
right.
The stay was for 4 to 5 years. They stayed the proceedings of Surface Act. Surface Act मतलब banks जो direct sale करके proceeds bank loan में भरते हैं ना, that is
Correct,
called
correct.
Surface. Surface में Section 13(2) notice is demand notice, and Section 13(14) is possession notice.
Right.
So these provisions were challenged before the High Court of Calcutta, and they have given stay for 4 to 5 years.
Oh my goodness.
Then what will be the position? And they want to file case with NCLT. Then High Court has given direction that different forum has, if any forum has stated that period of limitation can be excluded.
Okay, okay.
That period, suppose 4 years they have stayed the proceedings. So that period is excluded from computing the period of limitation. Then NCLT has taken up this matter before them because it is within limit आ गए ना, वो period पूरा waive
Correct,
कर
correct.
दिया.
Because it was a court stay.
Court stay.
And थोड़ा illogicality है क्या उसमें?
थोड़ा illogicality है, इसलिए stay को 4 साल 5 साल कर दिया.
Because
So,
otherwise,
now-
they cannot give it, no.
और दूसरा ये क्या है सर, बैंक्स में एक्नॉलेजमेंट ऑफ डेट AOD अगर लिया तो लिमिटेशन विल बी एक्सटेंडेड फॉर 3 more years. Acknowledgement of debt, balance confirmation, if you take before expiry of the period, then it will be considered, it will rejuvenate your limitation for another 3 years.
Okay, okay.
This is with respect to limitation. अगर ये limitation specific कैसा है, थोड़ा इसमें ये अभी जो इन्होंने राइट अप दिया ना, उसमें थोड़ा पढ़ लीजिए सर.
ठीक है, ठीक है.
ओके सर, 12 नंबर पढ़ लीजिए.
K. Shashidhar versus Indian Overseas Bank and others.
Yes,
Issue.
last time before beginning of the class I was telling you na, K. Shashidhar versus Indian Overseas Bank is the case related to commercial wisdom of the COC.
Correct.
वो plan कम में accept किया COC ने, but they challenged it before the NCLT. NCLT rejected that. COC has power even to accept it for very minimum amount. So K. Shashidhar judgment is related to commercial wisdom. पढ़ लीजिए मैडम.
K. Shashidhar versus Indian Overseas Bank and others. Issue. Whether the COC has absolute discretion in approving or rejecting a resolution plan under IBC. Whether the adjudicating authority, that is NCLT or the NCLT, can question the commercial wisdom of COC in deciding on a resolution plan. The Supreme Court ruled that commercial decision of COC is final and cannot be interfered by NCLT or NCLT except on limited grounds under Section 32 of IBC. If a resolution plan does not receive the minimum 66% voting share of COC, it stands rejected and tribunals cannot review or modify such decisions. The COC is not required to provide reasons for rejecting a resolution plan as long as the process under IBC has been followed. Judicial review is limited to checking whether the resolution plan complies with the legal requirements, but courts and tribunals cannot question the commercial rationale behind COC decisions. This ruling strengthened the creditor-driven nature of the IBC, ensuring that financial creditors retain control over insolvency resolution without unnecessary judicial interference. This judgment reinforced the supremacy of the COC in insolvency proceedings, confirming that courts cannot override the commercial wisdom of creditors in deciding the fate of a corporate debtor. Okay.
ये
सर इसमें इसमें सर इसमें क्या है, इन दिस केस
हाँ
the Supreme Court has made a distinction between the commercial wisdom of the Committee of Creditors and the
and judicial
legal wisdom of the NCLT.
हाँ judicial wisdom बोलते सर generally. हाँ
Judicial wisdom of NCLT. So they have made a
distinction between commercial wisdom and judicial wisdom.
judicial wisdom, yes.
हाँ हाँ हम्म
So वो वाला स्टील सीओसी होता है, ये बैंक सीओसी होता है.
हाँ हाँ
Yes, sir. Next पढ़े.
नेक्स्ट आर्बिट्रेशन. अगर
हाँ.
आर्बिट्रेशन चल रहे,
हाँ.
सेक्शन 13 का बोल रहा हूँ मैडम.
हाँ.
आर्बिट्रेशन चल रहा है, आर्बिट्रेशन क्लॉज है, वेदर
हाँ.
एनसीएलटी में केस टेकअप कर सकते क्या नहीं, व्हाट इज द स्टेटस नाउ.
हाँ.
दिस केस डील्स विथ arbitration award, how to setting aside, everything is discussed in case law 13. वो पढ़ लीजिए मैडम.
Okay. K. Kishan versus Vijay Nirman Company Private Limited. Issue. Whether an arbitral award that is still under challenge under Section 34 of Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996 can be considered as operational debt under Section 9 of IBC. Whether the pendency of arbitration proceeding or challenge to an arbitral award amounts to a pre-existing dispute, thereby barring the initiation of CIRP. Held. The Supreme Court ruled that if an arbitral award is under challenge under Section 34 of Arbitration Act, it cannot be treated as final debt or an undisputed operational debt under IBC. The court emphasized that IBC proceeding cannot be used as a substitute for debt recovery mechanisms such as enforcing an arbitral award. Since the arbitral award was still under judicial scrutiny, the existence of a dispute was not in doubt and therefore CIRP could not be initiated.
Dispute or arbitration, madam?
The court clarified that an operational creditor cannot trigger insolvency proceedings if there is a genuine pre-existing dispute, including one arising from an ongoing arbitration. This ruling strengthened the pre-existing dispute test under Section 8, subsection 2 of the IBC, ensuring that insolvency proceedings are not misused for debt recovery when arbitration or other legal proceedings are pending. This judgment reinforced that IBC is not a parallel debt recovery mechanism and cannot be invoked when a bona fide dispute or arbitration challenge is pending.
अगर ये आर्बिट्रेशन पेंडिंग है, फिर ये एनसीएलटी में केस नहीं डाल सकता है सर. सेक्शन 30 का आर्बिट्रेशन. नेक्स्ट 14 मैडम. 15 तक पढ़ेंगे मैडम.
हाँ हाँ
बाकी
सर.
कल करेंगे.
हाँ हाँ. 14.
Manish Kumar.
One minute, sir. Is it an accepted norm now that when arbitration proceedings are pending, CIRP cannot be initiated?
हाँ,
मतलब dispute होना चाहिए ना.
dispute है तो dispute है arbitration में pre-existing dispute है section 8(2) के अंदर, then you cannot come to NCLT.
Okay. See, this refers to a pre-existing dispute.
Yes.
Right.
Manish Kumar versus Union of India and another. Whether the constitutional validity of IBC, which introduced a minimum threshold for homebuyer and allottees to initiate CIRP, violates Article 14, right to equality of the Indian Constitution, whether imposing a requirement that at least 100 homebuyers or 10% of allottees, whichever is lower, must jointly file an insolvency application under Section 7 of IBC is arbitrary and unfair to individual homebuyers. It was held the Supreme Court upheld the constitutional validity of IBC Amendment Act 2020, stating that the new threshold for home buyers was neither arbitrary nor discriminatory under Article 14. Second, the court reasoned that amendment was aimed at preventing misuse of insolvency proceedings by individual home buyers who could otherwise derail real estate projects by filing insolvency petitions for personal grievances. It emphasized that the IBC is not a debt recovery tool but a process for reviving financially distressed companies. The amendment was held to be a reasonable classification that balances the interests of both home buyers and real estate developers by ensuring that only a collective group of affected home buyers can initiate insolvency proceedings. The judgment reinforced that legislative intent behind IBC amendments was to prevent frivolous insolvency application while protecting genuine creditors. This ruling ensured that IBC remains a structured and efficient insolvency framework while preventing its misuse by individual stakeholders. सर पढ़े आगे?
नहीं, अगर मॉरिटोरियम में
हाँ,
एनआई चेक बाउंसिंग केसेस सेक्शन 138 अगर
हाँ,
मेंटेनेबल है क्या नहीं, दिस जजमेंट टॉक्स अबाउट इट. And finally, they told that NI Act proceedings are civil proceedings, so it don't impact on the CD.
हाँ.
This judgment reinforces that NI Act is not applicable to IBC. Okay, पढ़ लीजिए मैडम.
Okay.
It is called sealed proceeding, sir.
हाँ,
Acha.
14A, 1A of IB applies to criminal proceedings under NI Act. हाँ,
हाँ.
पढ़ लीजिए मैडम.
P.
15
Mohanraj and others versus Shah Brothers Ispat Private Limited.
వస్తున్నారా సోనా?
Issue whether the institution or continuation of proceeding under Section 138 of Negotiable Instrument Act check bounce cases is barred during the moratorium period under Section 14 of IBC, whether the moratorium imposed under Section 14A 1A of IBC applies to criminal proceedings under Negotiable Instrument Act. It was held that the Supreme Court ruled that Section 14 of IBC bars proceedings under Section 138 of Negotiable Instrument Act against the corporate debtor during the moratorium period. The moratorium applies to all proceedings concerning debt recovery, including check bounce cases, as they are in the nature of enforcing a payment obligation. However, the moratorium does not extend to directors or officers of the corporate debtor, meaning they can still be prosecuted for dishonored checks. The court clarified that the purpose of moratorium is to preserve the corporate debtor's asset and prevent coercive recovery action, which includes check bounce cases. This judgment reinforced that once CIRP is initiated, all proceedings affecting the corporate debtor's financial position must be halted, including Negotiable Instrument Act proceedings. This ruling protected corporate debtors from criminal proceedings under the Negotiable Instrument Act during insolvency resolution, ensuring a fair and orderly insolvency process.
हाँ, अगर डायरेक्टर्स ने चेक इशू किया तो लगता है, कंपनी के ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ में दिया तो एनआई एक्ट प्रोसीडिंग नहीं लगता है. दैट इज द इश्यू मैडम. बाकी का कल कर लेंगे मैडम.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ओके मैडम. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Good night,
night.
everyone. We will meet on 10th now. I'm going. Bye bye.
Good night, everybody. Bye.
Good night. Good night. Bye.